Hello and welcome to Taking Home the Gold Consulting. Today we are presenting our insights from Downriver Refrigeration Supply, or DRS. During our research, we had the opportunity to meet with Chris Winslow, the sales manager at DRS. We talked about the company's background, the organizational structure and roles of the company, its competitive landscape, as well as the personal management styles that Chris Winslow implements. To wrap up, we're going to be going over our recommendations to improve the company's management styles as well as their overall effectiveness. We have a lot of information to go over, so without further ado, let me hand you off to my colleague, Ryan Foley, to get this started.
Downriver Refrigeration Supply Company is a heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, or HVAC for short, distribution company. They distribute or sell their services to licensed contractors or government entities, and it was started in 1958 by Ben Posniak. He ran Downriver Refrigeration with one store until 1975 when he sold the company to the Winslow family. And over the next 15 years, the Winslow family expanded Downriver Refrigeration Supply Company to 8 total locations. The mission of Downriver Refrigeration Supply Company is to be a profitable and customer-driven wholesaler. Their goal is to be recognized by customers, competitors, as well as vendors as the standard for competitive pricing, inventory availability, as well as high product knowledge by all team members. Downriver Refrigeration also showcases a massive inventory of over 12,000 inventoried items representing over 600 well-known vendors throughout their 8 locations. They also have the workforce that are trained with the knowledge to design and implement any specific need regarding HVAC, refrigeration, specifically for that customer. Downriver Refrigeration uses a network-linked supply system that ensures immediate stock traceability, and they also have an extensive computer-based program that contains about 729,000 total records of past applications, past projects, and over 3 million part numbers to help locate those hard-to-find items throughout where you might need them, all 8 locations, and transport them back to that location where you need them. Finally, my colleague Jack Cronin will take you through the structure of Downriver Refrigeration Supply Company.
DRS has over 50 employees across 8 different branches. This more flat organizational chart allows for a wider, more manageable span of control. And communication is made easier due to there being less levels of authority for information to flow through. At the top of the company, we have the president, and he has full authority over the whole company, and he directly interacts with the president as well as these 4 managers. The vice president has authority over everyone right below him, but he directly interacts with the HR manager, sales manager, who we interviewed, Chris Winslow, the office manager, and the IT manager. The sales manager interacts with the branch manager, and the branch manager interacts with the store and warehouse staff, and the branch manager also interacts with the fleet. The office manager interacts with accounts receivables, payables, as well as the general office.
So with our sales manager's position, he's not only the sales manager, so while he does run all the sales for the company, he operates as almost a manager for that specific location in Novi, because it operates sort of as a secondary distribution center where they move most of the product through. So he interacts with the branch manager, the warehouse staff, and the fleet. They go through that store every single day.
All right, now we're going to pass it to Ryan Flaherty to discuss competitors.
Now, let's take a look at the competition in the HVAC distribution industry and see how Downriver Refrigeration Supply Company stacks up. Downriver's biggest 3 competitors are Young Supply Company, which is a more local competitor to Downriver, and then you also have United Refrigerations and Johnstone Supply, which hold a much larger footprint in the industry. While Downriver doesn't match the massive footprint of United Refrigerations or the national reach of Johnstone Supply, it focuses on building strong local relationships with contractors. By tailoring their service to meet specific regional needs, they create a personal connection that larger competitors often can't match. However, unlike competitors, Downriver could enhance its offerings by providing a more robust contractor training program or expanding its online resources. These areas, which haven't been fully utilized, by Downriver could present more opportunities for growth. Starting a company in this space requires significant capital for warehouses, trucks, and technology, making it costly for new players. Downriver's long-standing relationships with contractors and manufacturers ensures a reliable supply of quality products and trust within the market. Economies of scale give Downriver Supply an edge, allowing them to buy in bulk and offer better prices, which new competitors cannot easily match. Their strong reputation and customer trust further solidify their position, making it tough for newcomers to compete. These barriers highlight why Downriver is a trusted leader in HVAC distribution.
I'm going to go over a couple of different potential issues that we see in the management style that could lead to some problems down the road, and then I'll transition that to Claire, and she'll give some recommendations from what we see with these issues. So the first one is the manager primarily focuses on monetary incentives, which we know isn't always the best way to handle things. Some employees just don't take well to that. They prefer more vacation time, some more responsibilities, more perks, anything like that. Personal growth within the company is also a huge one that a lot of employees are really looking for as a way to develop their career. And that's just not really an incentive that's put forth for them. Which kind of leads into my second one. There is a limited number of opportunities to grow within the company. This is just because it's a relatively small company. Another issue we found is that there seems to be a lack of opportunities for growth within the company, which could be an issue for a lot of employees as they'd like to progress their careers more either within the company or at a different company. And since it is a relatively small company, there's just not many opportunities to do that, as most of the positions have been taken for many years with other employees. There's also no clear or well-documented process for handling discipline. It's kind of just talk to the manager, figure it out from there. There's not like necessarily a set of rules to go off of, which can lead to inconsistencies and maybe some preferential treatment. Like one employee gets in an argument, they get this punishment. Another employee gets in the same argument and they get a severely worse one, or maybe none at all. And then there's just more bickering and fighting amongst them. Communication between different departments is not as clear or effective as it could or should be. This often results in misunderstandings, delays, and a lack of collaboration that could negatively impact the overall effectiveness of the organization. All right, now I'm gonna pass it to Claire for some suggestions on how to handle these issues.
The first recommendation that we thought would be great to implement in this company is the TKI model. After doing the interview, we have realized that there isn't really a clear way to deal with conflict, and with the TKI model, it can help managers with deciding whether you use cooperation or assertiveness when dealing with conflicts. And as mentioned, this is a family company, so it is important to deal with these conflicts at work because they do filter into the at-home life. And as a positive, Mr. Winslow has already shared with us that he has an open door policy, which is great for allowing employees to feel comfortable coming to him when a problem does arise. For the second recommendation, we thought that the business diversity could be improved a little bit in this company. Luckily, a future goal of Mr. Winslow said that he wants to see younger generations in the company more in the future, and a variety of ages and generations can offer different backgrounds and insight, and it can also help with the improving technology and sales approaches. And they need to make sure to hire outside of the family to offer those different backgrounds. As for the third and final recommendation, we thought the Herzberg's two-factor theory would be a great addition to the company. In Mr. Winslow's interview, he did stress that the main motivator for his employees was money, but sometimes that isn't always the case with everyone, and people have different motivators. So with the Herzberg's two-factor theory, there's the hygiene theories, and then as well as the motivational theories, and he tends to look more at the hygiene theories, which if those are met, that is good, but it does not equal motivation when those are met. So I think having him look more into the achievement and recognition and advancement of growth in the motivation factors is a good addition to the company.
Okay, so now we're gonna get into a couple of the management styles that we saw at DRS. The first one is it being a Theory Y management style. This is because there's an incentive for the people that work there to try to grow the company on their own, because for some of them it could be theirs one day. And so there's definitely a culture in place where you want to grow it and try to make it succeed as much as possible. Management at DRS also offers additional training for employees that are trying to learn more skills and learn more about the HVAC industry to keep up with technology changes that happen, as it's a rapidly growing and changing business with both government restrictions and just new technologies. Management by objective was the next management style that we saw on display at DRS. The manager definitely already utilizes this style, but could always use it more. Just to make a point to meet with subordinates on a bi-weekly, weekly, or monthly basis, depending on what's needed, just to ensure that they're on top of their designated tasks. So the manager could also improve just giving the proper tools to employees so that they have all the tools they need to succeed and to learn more about the industry. Could also improve the website to make sure that all the products are on display, and so that the departments, more specifically the sales department, can reference it to their customers and make it easier to complete sales. The last management style that we saw on display was the LMX model, which means that there's an in-group and an out-group, which is especially true in this circumstance because it's a family business, and so they are especially in the in-group. This model can have some issues just due to preferential treatment, like you are going to treat your family a different way than you would treat other employees. There's no real way around that. However, some of these employees are held to higher expectations and push harder than their peers that are not family, which really just creates inconsistencies in how employees are managed and potentially fostering resentment within the team.